Crabs ain't supposed to be in the bucket, but you put crabs in the bucket, they gonna pull each other down. That's why I left that environment. I left the bucket, nigga. Now y'all niggas is still trying to metaphorically pull me into the bucket.
Come on, y'all. We gonna wake y'all up, man.
Another plateau, nigga. Can't touch me, nigga.
We gonna wake y'all up with some good tunes. High frequency, y'all. High frequency. Wake it up. Let's wake it up. Pop, what's good with you? Page 100, what's good? Exactly. Leah 3 is free. That's facts.
Haters be moving like enemies.
Oh yeah.
Took it too fuck on the embassy. Niggas switch up new identities.
Devil can't fuck with my energy, yeah. Universe making this plans. Wait for my blessings to land. Get away from distractions. Then she be peace to the gods. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. Oh yeah. I am a god. It's in the music. I am alive. It's in the music. Listen. Yeah.
Blessed all those that are persecuted, we see. The world is bound to hate me cause they hated my cheese. So do away with the bad fish and collect the elite. I'm around for the mission, killing lives with conviction. Demons attacking they envy chief. They hating because he the MVP. They focus on the negativity.
Yeah.
They never spit facts, they just speculating. You should really focus on legislation. The government leads you to devastation.
He said you should really be focused on legislation. That government leads you to devastation. You supposed to be focused on legislation, y'all. We are worried about the wrong thing. Everybody worrying about what somebody else is doing in their personal life and not actually trying to extract the truth from the situation. Y'all see what's going on with God. Literally, the dreamer is being falsely persecuted. But we worried about what y'all perceived him to have done, but y'all not worried about legislation. Y'all not worried about the judicial system. Why y'all not worried about the lies that was told? Why y'all not worried about the corrupt system that didn't have no proof, that locked the innocent black man up for no reason? And the very same thing can happen to you. This is the shit that we should be focused on. And that's what this download that I'm about to take y'all into gonna be about. Cause we sleep, y'all. But I'm gonna let this rock out. Free my chief. 3 is free.
That's why we
it ain't no free chief. He already free. 3 is free.
Demons be talking like doctor patients.
Call me what you want, but nigga, you bluff, cause you not separate from your observation.
Stay in your lane, save you complications. Let us focus on our occupation.
Open your mind and I modulate it. Giving you truth, better stop and take it. Yeah.
Free truth, cause the law is so fake, so they got no choice but to hate. Send lies to the embassy, tryna put my chief in the cage. But the light too great, yeah. Can't bend, can't fold, won't break, yeah. At the end of the day, we gon' persevere through the pain, yeah.
I am a god.
I am alive.
Nikki baby, what up? Bees, what up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I am a god. I am alive. Yeah. This shit hard. Listen.
Persecuted, we see. The world is bound to hate me cause they hated my cheek. So do away with the bad fish and collect the elite.
I'm gonna ride for the mission, killing lives with conviction, yeah. Bees, appreciate that, God.
You ain't really mad at me, you ain't really no goon. You gonna call master on me.
Y'all niggas really not, y'all really not mad at Chief. Y'all wanna call master. Y'all gonna call the white man. Y'all gonna call white supremacy. It's crazy. Think about it. What would possess somebody or drive somebody to hate on the truth? What would possess somebody to hate on the truth? That's the question. What would possess someone to hate on God, to hate on the truth, to hate on its own source? Somebody that's unconscious, someone that's asleep, We're asleep. Collectively, we're asleep. And I'll give you the reasons as to why we're sleeping. The first point as to why we are asleep, first off, is because we have been programmed the wrong way. You've been taught by your parents. Your parents was taught by their parents, which was your grandparents, which was you. Your grandparents was taught by their parents. And it's a trickle-down effect. It's called generational curses. We've been asleep and unconscious in the dark, programmed with misinformation for 400-500 years. Understand this. Understand where the sleepiness comes from. It comes from white supremacy. You've been programmed to go to work. You've been programmed to be an employee. You've been programmed to want to go get money. You've been programmed to go to school, to put your kids in school. You've been programmed to want to be a doctor. You've been programmed to want to be an entertainer, a sports player, basketball player, a football player. Remember, you are a cell made up of 50 trillions of other cells. As above, so below. What's going on up there is taking place down here biologically. The cells in your body were not made to go and do that. Now, when cells, now, as a cell inside of God's body, when you begin to do things that are not of your function, right? When you go to work, when you go be a sports player or an entertainer, a rapper, a singer, a dancer, this goes against your natural function as a human being, as a great ape. You're a cell inside of God's body, and your function is to be in tune with the body. Now, we've been programmed to go against that very essence. Now, what is that called? Who knows what that's called? What happens when a cell goes against the functioning of the host that it's in? It's called cancer. Cancer, and that's what is going on. Us being in an unconscious state on this planet within the body of God, because we are in a plane of existence, like Chi teaches us, a plane of existence within the dreamer, within the mind of God, the Eligio Bishop. So, white supremacy. We're unconscious. We're in the dark. We got to reprogram. We have to reprogram. But understand that nature is our source, right? Nature is the fabric of this reality that God is hosting us in. And we have to get in tune with nature, just like the cells in the body have to be in tune with your body so that they can survive. When you're unconscious and you're asleep within the dream or within your function of what you are, because you don't know who you are, you don't have knowledge of self, then you begin to act destructively and malignant against the body, against everything, because you are everything. God is everything. God is not no thing. God is everything and something, right? And we are the something that comes from the everything. We are pieces or fractal pieces of God. And we are here to stay in tune with God by what? Living in tune with the land, living in tune with nature, living in tune with the animals, eating the right thing. First off, living in tune with your own being. If you can't live in tune with your own being and have knowledge of yourself, then you can't live in tune with anything else, because everything is you. You are not separate from anything else. Your relationship with yourself is your relationship with your perceived external reality, but nothing's outside of you. Everything's inside of you. You're inside God's mind. And you're unconscious inside of God's mind. But the reason that you're unconscious, that we are collectively unconscious, is because the transits. Y'all got to understand the time that we are in. We are in the second coming of Christ. We are in the second coming of the Eligio Bishop. The dreamer is waking up. The dreamer is becoming aware that he is the dreamer of this reality that he is hosting. We are just figments of the subconscious. The dreamer is waking up. Chief is waking up. And this is what y'all not understanding. Y'all said our Savior, our grace was given to us. And we denied it because we were asleep. Collectively, we denied it because we were unconscious. Understand that all is mental. And like I said earlier, as above, so below. The transits, astrology is our clock. We go by all this man-made shit. Oh, I got to go to work at this time. I got to punch in and clock in at this time. That's no. Nature, astrology, like Chi teaches us, astrology is our clock. You feel me? What's going on in the stars and the cosmos is taking place down here. God's mind. The stars, yeah, that's the mind of God. DNA. The code, the genetic code that we all come from. That field, the quantum field that which we all come from. The mind of God. Now, we're in the time of Aquarius. That's what time it is. It's time to wake up. Because it's Aquarius time. That's what time it is, reflection. It's time for us to wake up to the truth and be illuminated. It's the golden age. Understand that we only enter the golden age when God begins to awaken to the fact that he is the avatar of our reality, of the dream that we are living in. This simulated environment that we are in, this is a dream that we call life. And in this golden age, in the times that we are in, that y'all taking oh so lightly, this is not the time to be taking this lightly. This is not the time to be focused on what you thought somebody did. No, this is the time for you to extract the truth from wherever you can get it from. And it's going to come from our source, the Eligio Bishop, so that you can apply to your life so that you can enter this new earth. But a lot of us not going to make it because we still want to be asleep. A lot of us not going to make it into this new reality, into this new imagination of God's dream, because we don't want to do the right thing. And it's timing. It's astrological timing. Like I said, astrology, like Chief teaches, is our clock. And we are in the golden age. And some of us have, if you're chosen, you have to be chosen. If you're chosen, some of us have been activated to hear Chief's message, which is the alarm clock. The transits have woke up. The dreamer begins to awaken. Now, once the dreamer starts to awaken, the subconscious, us, we begin to awaken and become enlightened as well. We become illuminated as well. That's why everybody online teaching and speaking about spirituality, which is the study of the mind, healing the mind, overcoming Babylon, overcoming generational curses, letting go of what no longer serves us. That's what you see happening in the subconscious. Everything, what you see happening in the world is the subconscious. That's the subconscious mind of God. And what's happening in God's mind is happening externally. It's happening in the subconscious. So you see us waking up. Because we are in the time, we are in a specific time frame where we are able to get the light codes. Think about it. 50 years ago, everybody wasn't talking about God and we are God and getting in tune with the land and earthing and grounding and eating good food. No, because we were in a cycle of consciousness where we were asleep. Remember, reality is like the seasons. We go through cycles of consciousness like the seasons: fall, winter, summer, spring. We're in the springtime now. We're in the golden age. We're about to spring up, wake up. What happens in springtime? The flowers start to bloom. Everything starts to wake up. Life on the planet begins to wake up. Human beings are part of nature, so we're waking up. We're part of the process as well. We're part of the awakening process. And Chief is the sun in human form here to help activate us and send us those light codes so that we can spring up out of our unconscious states, out of our darkness. But we didn't have this information 50 years ago. A couple of decades ago, we didn't have this because we was in what? The age of the cycle of consciousness of Pisces, where it was the veil, illusion, deception. We were deceived by lies. We were deceived by religion. We were deceived by a white Jesus, man. The real Messiah is Eligio to Christ. It's not a white Jesus, not that cracker. That's not who you think it is. Life ain't what you think it is. And that's why we have God here. God is here. God couldn't, listen, you couldn't be present in this reality unless God was present. Just like when you go to sleep in your dream, in order for you to exist in your dream, you got to be there. You got to be the one dreaming about the dream. So that's what's happening in this dream. We are inside this dream connected to a larger host that we don't know about. What we know now is Chief. And we're waking up. You said I'm a mess. I'm glad I'm a mess to y'all. Because I'm standing on what I stand. I'm standing on the truth. Fuck is y'all talking about? What are y'all standing on? Y'all not standing on nothing. Y'all standing on lies. You feel me? Y'all in a hell state of mind because y'all unconscious. Hell is a state of mind that's based in lies, misinformation, the lower self. Y'all live in a fantasy world. Y'all live in lies. Y'all don't know truth. Y'all don't know that life is a dream. Y'all think that this is reality. And that's what makes you unconscious. And that's what makes you go against the very essence of what you are and the host that's keeping you sustained. I gotta ask y'all again, who will possess a being to go against the truth? To go against the very being that comes to bring you truth? Crazy, right? Somebody that's asleep. Somebody that's in their lower self. Somebody that's a cancer cell. Somebody that has the Seth spirit in them. We talked about the Seth spirit yesterday, right? The Seth spirit is the spirit of betrayal, confusion, chaos, rebellion. And that's what you see God go. That's what you see happening on the planet. A lot of people got that Seth spirit moving in them. They betrayed the Christ. They turned their back on the Christ. They rebelled. They heard the message and rebelled. Because they're in darkness. They're unconscious. They're asleep. But the other major factor as to why we sleep, like I said, we're gonna go deeper, is because God was asleep. God was asleep. We're inside of God's dream. And you can't wake up until you tap into the dreamer of the dream that you are in. Think about it. When you go to sleep at night and you go into your dream world, what makes you understand that you're living in a dream? When you wake up, when you become lucid in a dream, you realize that you're in a dream. But how do you wake up in a dream? How would you wake up in a dream unless there was an avatar in that dream, which was your higher self, that can come to you and speak the information that you didn't know inside the dream? That's what's going on. That's what's going on, Reflection. Chief is our higher self. He is the avatar in the dream. Remember, God is present. We could not exist unless God was here present in this dream. Just like you in your dreams. You couldn't exist in your dreams without you being present. But we forget. That's why we unconscious. We forgot. We went through a cycle of consciousness where we forgot. We gave ourselves amnesia and forgot that we were a part of God's mind, that we were a part of the divine. So Chief is our higher self, right? The son in human form, the son of Mother Lucia Isa, who's come down to give us that consciousness, that Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness is the I am everything consciousness, that I am not separate from anything. I am everything and everything is me. Living in complete truth. Knowing that, I'm inside of God's dream. I'm here to proclaim the kingdom of God and to enlighten other cells and be a repeater of the message so that we can all live sustainably within God's body and reflectedly on the earth. But we need knowledge of self. So we're waking up. Chief has come back to awaken you from the dream so that you can understand, I'm in God's dream. Okay, now you're awoke. That's the only way that you wake up in a dream, unless it's only if you tap into the dreamer. You have to tap into the dreamer, just like in the Bible. In order for the disciples to wake up and be activated, in order for anybody else that was a believer to be activated and to enter the kingdom of God, you have to go through the way, the truth, and the light. Christ, Yahshua in the Bible was the way, the truth, and the light. Translate that out into modern day society. The past, future, present, everything is happening right now because of our observation. Chief is the modern day Christ right here, right now in your face. You've been confused, right? Because that's that Seth spirit. The white man, white supremacy, that cracker had gave you Jesus for you to worship. He gave you that dollar for you to worship. He gave you mammon for you to worship. So it can distract you from the whole purpose that, God is a black man. God is a black woman and her son is the black man. And he is the Christ and he's going to come give us the consciousness to awaken us during the time of Aquarius that we are in. Simple. That's the only way you wake up in a dream. Peace to the gods. That's the only way you wake up in a dream, Reflection. You got to tap in the Chief. That's the way, the truth, and the light. Now, a lot of us like to think that we're separate from God. We like to think that we're separate from God. But I want to ask you, what did God use to create reality? What did God use to create reality? Some might say the word. In all texts, in all religions, it say that God used his will or her words or the thought. But let's look at the Bible. Let's look at John 1 verse 1. It says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Words come from thoughts. So in the beginning was the thought, and the thought was with God, and the thought was God. The thought is God. God is thought. So God used thought to create existence. But what does it mean to think? To think means to conjure up an image inside of the mind. An image. If you're conjuring up an image in your mind, that means that you're imagining something. So that means that to think means to imagine. So that means that God is thinking or dreaming reality into existence, and we are all figments or thoughts of the mind of God. If you are a thought inside of God's mind, how can you be separate from God? And this is where the confusion come in. This is where the Seth spirit has come to confuse and deceive y'all, right? We got the malicious prosecution case that Chief just went through. Yeah. This is where the Seth spirit comes to deceive y'all and set up a fake crucifixion. Remember, you can't kill God. You can't kill the Christ. They said the Christ rose in 3 days. That means he didn't die. He didn't die. What it was a metaphor for the crucifixion of the character of the Christ that they did in the courtroom. It was a state crucifixion. That's what it was. There was never no death because you can't kill God. If we kill God, we wouldn't exist. We got to make it make sense. We got to make it make sense, y'all. You feel me? And the only way out. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. And so they set up a whole fake crucifixion. All of this was to deceive you and confuse you and to cause chaos. Look at how much chaos is going on. People living in confusion right now. They don't know what's going on. People holding on to negative narratives. Chief ain't did nothing wrong to nobody. Innocent man. Ain't did nothing but spare truth. But everybody focused on the negative narratives that everybody has built and been focused on for the whole time. But you got to remember, like Chief teaches, if you begin to spread a lie so often, or you keep saying a lie over and over again, it becomes the truth because the subconscious mind can't tell the difference. It becomes one with that lie. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all, the media is what's controlling your subconscious. They're promoting, oh, he's a cult leader, but you live in a cult. And this cult is predicated upon mammon. It's predicated upon destroying nature. Y'all talking about a rape charge, but we live in a system where the powers that be raped, killed, kidnapped a whole demographic of people. That's why in the song he said you should be focused on legislation. You should be focused on legislation. Babylon gonna lead you to devastation. Because Babylon is based in confusion. It's the devil. The devil brings confusion and causes misunderstanding. And that's what y'all see. This is a misunderstanding. People misunderstanding themselves because they don't know themselves. When faced with themselves, Chief is a light, man. Chief is a mirror, y'all. He's literally God. He is a mirror that's going to face you with yourself. If you haven't overcame certain things and debilitations within yourself, well, Chief is going to be a very, very clear mirror for you to see yourself through. And if you can't face yourself, if you a weak bitch made nigga or a bitch, then you going to turn away and you going to point the finger and you going to say he did this and you going to play the victim. And that's what you see happening online. Everybody holding on to a negative narrative because they weak and bitch made. They don't have no real truth. And I'm not saying y'all weak physically, y'all weak mentally. Your soul is weak. Because it's been weakened through misinformation, through lies. Lies weaken the mind and keep you trapped in darkness and keep you unconscious. But it's okay. We in the Aquarius time. You feel me? Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. God is here. God is amongst us. God is walking amongst us. We not praising or worshiping no invisible God no more. That's confusion. God is here in the flesh, nigga. Literally. We set up a false crucifixion. You see everybody lie. Y'all worrying about what? Why we not worried about the judge? Why we not? And the thing is that look at this. Y'all ain't never seen one man get persecuted and be hated by all of the world. Why is one person being hated by all of the world? Diddy not being hated like this? R. Kelly not being hated like this? Brother Polite not being hated like this? Rashad Jamal not being hated like this? 19 Keys not being hated like this. So it's a different type of truth that Chief is speaking. For him to be getting hated by the whole, not just the judges and shit, the whole world. It's only a few that believe and love Chief. Why is this man being persecuted by all of the world? He didn't do anything wrong but just spoke a message. But that's how powerful that message is. That's how divine that message is. The truth. The truth convicts you. The truth convicts you. That's all you have to do is speak truth. The truth itself will convict the person. And how they respond to it shows you how they feel about themselves and shows you who they are. And that's all y'all saw. Y'all seen them people go up there and lie on Chief. Well, y'all saw who them people really were deep down in their heart. Y'all saw what they program was made up out of. But that right there even causes confusion. That's the Seth spirit. That's the devil as well. Trying to insulate you from believing in what's real and what's true. You got to understand that we live in a weak world. This world is this simulation is hell. We live in hell. Like Chief teaches, hell is built upon lies. A lie will never prevail. A lie can never stand on its own. Not like the truth. The truth could stand and remain on its own forevermore. But a lie is on shaky ground. It'll crumble. It'll crumble at any moment. Just how Chief gonna be out any moment, a lie can crumble at any moment, because that's what's happening. The lies that they told us is crumbling ever so subtly, right before your eyes. But y'all not seeing it. Y'all confused. Y'all paying attention to the negative narratives. So this world is built on lies, and they taught us lies, and it's not gonna be able to stand. This is a weak world, and understand that our leaders, especially black men, our leaders get attacked and persecuted and targeted, not because they did something wrong. No, never that. Chief not being attacked or targeted because he did something wrong. No, it's because he did something too right. Because he was too righteous in a filthy, tainted world full of weak people and weak-minded people. This is a weak world. Truth can't even be in this weak-ass world, because weak-ass people gonna want to stop it. They gonna want to contain it. They gonna want to make it docile and hide it from the people that really need it. It's people that really need the truth. It's people really out here that need to know what the fuck going on. We don't know who we are, yet alone know where we're at. And like Chief teaches, we can't even know who we are until we know where we are at. And that's where the waking up process comes in. That's where you have to tap into the knowledge of the Eligio the Christ, the Honorable Prophet Eligio the Christ, so that you can tap into the truth, the 5 sciences, astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, grounding. Objective facts that's going to allow you to operate in reality in an objective manner. Not through a subjective lens and based off what Babylon taught you. No, based off of truth, of divine laws. And that's what Chief based himself in. That's what he's taught us to base ourselves in. We not focused on the bullshit. We focus on the knowledge and the facts. Y'all focus. This world is focused on the bullshit and the negativity. You feel me? The devil like drama. The devil like all the negativity. The devil like confusion. The devil like distractions. You gotta focus in. You gotta focus in. We gotta focus. We got to focus on getting Chief out. You feel me? We got to focus on getting Chief out and getting back. Not even getting Chief out. We got to focus on getting back connected with our source. That means that we need to be supporting Chief. That means that we need to be supporting the light that keeps us lit up, nigga. You feel me? Imagine if you got one of those old school candles with that burn off of oil. And we all got a candle with no oil in this bitch. Chief the lamp with the oil in there. We got to make sure that we keep watering his lamp so that he can provide light and fire for our candles, so our flames can burn, so that we can be a part of the flame of life. But everybody want to go along with the masses. Everybody want to be on a wild road because it's comfortable. Babylon make it comfortable for you. The devil bring you confusion and make this shit comfortable for you. Well, you can turn on him and you don't have to go against the hate. You could turn on him, you can get interviews and sit on the blue couch and get 3 minutes of fame. You could turn on him and go live your life with your child and your woman. But what does it profit a man to gain the world yet forfeit his soul? You can't grow being comfortable. Why did the disciples turn on Jesus? Why did the disciples turn on Yahshua? Because the teachers was too hard. Because they was weak. They was weak. The devil, the Seth spirit was in them. They was weak. And when the moment came, the devil came and struck confusion in niggas' minds. And everybody fell to the wayside. So understand what's going on. We got to understand what's going on. And the only way out of your situation, the only way to wake up to this dream that we live in, which is not life, which is not reality, the only way to do this, because you can't escape. Oh, you want to go get the bag, huh? You want to go get some money. Go get all the money you want. I hope you go get all the money in the world. I hope you get all the clothes, shoes, or fornicate as much as you want, so that you can come to the realization that nothing matters but knowledge itself, and you getting closer to source. You getting closer to God. That's the only thing that matters. So while you being distracted with the confusion and want to go work and secure the bag and do all that shit, that's cool. God gonna be right here. The knowledge not going nowhere. but you're going to miss your train. Remember, we're going through cycles of consciousness. We're going to go to sleep again. This is the time for you to wake up and be illuminated to enter the kingdom of God. This is the time. But if you focus on niggas lying and demonizing the message, well, you're going to get exactly what you deserve. You're going to get what you was focused on. Because the universe only give you what you focus on. You focus on negativity, it's going to give you more negativity. If you focus on truth and stay in line with divinity, Chief's your number one guy. Facts. I don't give a fuck what you going through, what you got to do. If you want to know truth and you really seeking truth, Chief is your number one guy. That is the source. That is the source. And like I was saying, the only way out, because you can't go eat your way out of your reality to feel good. You can't go sleep your way out of reality. You can't go work out and work yourself out of reality. You can't go have sex and escape. None of this. All that shit is temporary. The only way out of this hell realm that we are in, this dream, this nightmare, which we call the American dream, is your imagination. That's how God created existence. That's how the Eligio Bishop created this whole existence. Through thought, through imagination. Remember, to think means to imagine or conjure up an image inside the mind. To image or picture an image in the mind means to imagine. Oh shit, I'm thinking. Hold on, to think is to dream. Yes, you're dreaming. We're in a dream. God's dream at that. The avatar is the Eligio Bishop. Y'all coming to the understanding of that. That's why we're in the golden age. We're waking up to the fact of that. Some of us a little bit more ahead than others. But we're all roads lead to the source. So the only way out is through your imagination. You have to imagine yourself into a heavenly realm. Your blood and your frequency has to be vibrating on love. Love is understanding, truth, objectivity, facts, what's actual. What is actual is that we live in a simulated reality, a holographic universe, a dream. None of this is real. This is all a figment of our imagination, of God's imagination. And we are here to get in tune with that truth and live in harmony with that truth. So you're going to have to imagine yourself out of this hell realm. But remember, Babylon has programmed you with a lie. So if you don't reprogram your mind with truth and tap into the dreamer, because you have to tap into the Christ first. Pyramid. So if you don't tap into the Christ and you don't make your way to them trumpet calls, and you don't make your way to the call from the all, then what's going to happen is that you're going to, like you do every day, right? Every night you go to sleep and you die. You transition. You go into another reality, which is a dream. And you don't take this body with you. No, you don't take this body with you. You take your consciousness with you. And you create a dream based off of your consciousness that you transitioned over into that new realm. So that's what's going to happen. If you haven't reprogrammed your mind with the knowledge that Chief has came to bring us, with the wisdom that God has came to bring and offer us for free. Because it's niggas online selling knowledge for free. They trying to get money and build inside the black community, but you can't build nothing in this system until it falls. We can only build our minds. And that's what y'all not understanding. The devil confuse y'all and make y'all feel like y'all gotta go get money first, so that y'all can sit down and then focus on yourselves. By the time that happen, y'all ass dead. So if you haven't found Chief, or you haven't utilized Chief to tap into truth and apply it to your life, then you're only going to create a reality based off of the consciousness that you were given from Babylon. Babylon gave you your thoughts. You think you got your own mind? You think when you wake up, you're doing what you want to do? No, you're not doing what you want to do. Niggas, your mama and daddy, or whoever your authority was growing up, programmed you, that gave you the program that white supremacy has given them, and they gave it to you. Nigga, that's locked in. That's what you're running off of, and that's what you're trying to overcome. That's what we are all here trying to overcome. That shit is locked in until you tap into God, until you tap into three God. Pyramid. So if you don't do that, like I said, what's going to happen is that you're going to create you a residual reality based off the consciousness that you took in. that you transition with. And if you go over there with that hell state of mind, which is confusion, Seth spirit, chaos, rebellion, ignorance, betrayal, mocking God, you feel me? Fear, insecurity, doubt, guilt, shame. If you go to sleep vibrating on that frequency, you in hell mentally, and that consciousness is going to translate over and create you're going to imagine yourself a new reality with those thoughts. And that's how this shit works. There's no escaping this shit. Because we're inside of our mind. All is mental. There's no escaping. There's only updating your software. Yeah, there's only updating your software and reprogramming your mind to the right information so that your reality, because remember, reality is contingent upon your thoughts. Reality is thought-based. It's a projection of your thoughts. So if you haven't reprogrammed your thoughts, then you're going to project you a reality of what? Hell. But if you reprogram your mind with the truth, then you good. You're gonna find yourself in the kingdom of heaven, which is within you when you tap into your higher self. But that's only through you tapping into Chief. And that's what we here to proclaim to y'all. Like, you feel me? That's what we here to understand. So it's time to wake it up, y'all. We've been asleep. It's time to wake it up. You feel me? It's time to wake it up. We not letting this case go towards a blind eye. We not gonna ignore this shit like this shit not happening. A lot of us out here ignoring what happened to Chief like it never happened. Like, y'all acting like this shit didn't happen. This shit hit home. This shit is in our demographic. Chief made a quote one time and said, if one black man is locked up, then all black men are locked up until that one black man is released. When you looking at Chief behind in isolation, you're in isolation. The neurons in your brain can't distinguish whether or not you're separate from him. It thinks that you're going through that. When you seen everybody telling on him, you was going through that like, damn. But you gotta be divine beings. The chosen have empathy so we can feel that shit. We can feel it. We can feel it. So we spreading awareness, man. We spreading awareness. And if y'all know any attorneys, any lawyers, y'all have any legal information or any legal education, please share. Please tap in with us. Share. If y'all want to support or donate, please tap in and share. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the fucking Cash App in the building so that y'all can support Chief, man. Because everything that y'all give to us, we give to Chief so that he can get food, water, and make sure that he good in there because they not treating him right in there. You feel me? You got to understand that we in modern day slavery, nigga. Them jail cells, them prisons is plantations. They're keeping people in prison and making money off these people. That's slavery, my nigga. When they told us about slavery and people was picking cotton for 5 cents a day, yeah, they making money off people in jail and people not even working. They just housing people in fucked up facilities with no water in the toilets, no toilets working, no proper eating, no proper lighting, no proper temperature conditioning, water, nothing. So this is what we going through in the system, man. And this is what y'all standing up for. This is what y'all go and vote and go to the polls for and shit. This shit's stupid. This is what y'all standing for. This is the devil's kingdom. We don't live in the kingdom of God. This is the devil's kingdom. This is the devil's kingdom. Crazy. Y'all motherfuckers talk about they believe in God and Christ this and Lord this and the Lord is the law. Maya, the law of the land, the laws of the universe, my nigga. You feel me? If you really love God, if y'all really was followers of Christ and really followers of God and believers of God, what's the first 2 commandments? The first one is to love thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, all thy strength. And the second one is likened to the first one. It's love thy neighbor as you love thyself, as you love your God. Because you are not separate from God. So if you love your neighbor like you love yourself, and you are a part of God's mind, that means that when you love your neighbor like you love you loving God through your neighbor. But y'all see this innocent man get lied on, and y'all persecute him even more. Y'all compound the lie as well. Y'all keep going with the negative narrative. That's not loving your neighbor. That's not being a believer and a follower of Christ. That's not loving God. That's not following those commandments. Those are the greatest commandments. That's not following the commandments. Think about it. What Christ have done? Christ what? Did what? Forgave everybody that stoned him, forgave everybody that stabbed him, did all type of weird shit that turned on him, sold him over. Christ forgave them, didn't he? So if y'all thought, let's talk hypothetically. If y'all thought that Chief did do something, hypothetically, then why the fuck aren't y'all giving him forgiveness if y'all God-fearing people? Why aren't y'all trying to help our brother? Why aren't y'all trying to help him and make sure that he gets help if something was wrong? Why aren't y'all showing forgiveness and compassion? Why aren't y'all doing it to others as y'all would have done it to you? Why aren't you loving your neighbor like you love your God? Oh, because y'all don't love God. Y'all worship the devil. Y'all love the devil, my nigga. That's why. Because y'all haven't taught what God. Y'all haven't been taught what God was. We just now coming to the understanding of what God is because God is the elegio bishop. That's why y'all do it. Y'all do the deeds y'all do because y'all are demons. The spirit of Seth dwells within y'all and y'all ruled by the devil. Y'all his workers. Y'all his demons. Y'all government agents. Designed to go against the truth because y'all weak-minded. Cancer cells. Disconnected from their host. Don't know that they're connected to something larger and greater than themselves. People out here so selfish. Remember, the kingdom needs come first before your own egotistical desires. When the shit all hit the fan, everybody went their own way and said, fuck it, I'm out for me. Everybody said, fuck Chief. That's not God-like. That's not God-like. Bearing false witness and testimony, that's not God-like. But y'all people out here talking about some, oh, I'm God and namaste and we peace and love. But it's through your actions, not through your words. It's through your actions. And that shit's scary to me. That shit's scary. These people out here talking about, yeah, I love God and God and God and, but God show up. And y'all want to kill God. That's what they did in the Bible. They said that Christ died for their sins, but Christ didn't die for nobody's sins, nigga. They killed Christ for their own sins. Look, Chief got crucified. His character got crucified for the sins of other people, my nigga. Rape? That's white supremacy's charge, my nigga. White supremacy came over here and stole and raped all the black people. That's their shadow. But they projected that onto Chief and charged Chief with that. What? Think about this shit, y'all. Think about this shit. Come on, now them charges was invalid. Them charges not real. And remember, y'all, like I said, on a deeper note, we're unconscious because God was asleep. And we're waking up. We're waking up. God is waking up. God woke up. We up. We up now. And that's what it is, man. You feel me? So pay attention to what's going on. Go on YouTube, follow that malicious prosecution video. You feel me? Follow everything. Follow everything and spread awareness. Make sure the truth known because remember, you are God too. You are a part of God's mind. You're being recorded for what you do, my nigga. Yes. You're being recorded for what you do with this situation. You gonna just be a watcher? Or you gonna act? You gonna get active, nigga? You gonna get active? What they say in Cali? I'm active, nigga. Off the bat, I'm active. Are you gonna get active? We gotta be active. We gotta get active, right? The United States of America got what? A government. They got a military. But that ain't the real military. Nature is the military. We already got a military. We gotta get aligned with that. We have to get aligned with that. You feel me? So, yeah, like I said, we spreading awareness, man. We spreading awareness, nigga. This God. This God. Look at other people, man. Other countries and other ethnicities. They don't play about their gurus and shit. They don't play about their culture and their belief systems. Black people, the only people that don't have their way of life, our own lifestyle. And when somebody of our own nature comes and brings us some enlightenment, we want to go against it because everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the one to empower. But people not understanding that heavy is the head that wears the crown. Power is given to those that are capable of being responsible to hold that power. And power is given so that you can share that power with other people to empower other people in a system where we've been weakened mentally through false information, through falsehoods. And that's what you seen Chief doing. Chief let grown ass people into his life, strangers. Nigga, I'm not on a spiritual level, but in this reality, like, Chief didn't know me. And yeah, let me into his life. Didn't invite me. I came. Just like everybody else. Invited us into his life. And he shared his wisdom, his power with us. It's dishonorable for you to go against that. Especially when you know that it's Christ. Especially when you know that it's something divine in his being. Crazy. Pay attention to this shit, y'all. No, there's no such thing as Chief getting life. First off, because we're not even alive. How can you give somebody life when we don't even exist? First off, how can you give somebody life when we don't exist? Second, within the illusion, he not in jail because that's witchcraft. The judge casted witchcraft on him. They casted a spell on him. Voodoo, the wrong type of voodoo, right? The shit that they got to get back. It ain't gonna be from us, but it's gonna be from nature. They casted a witchcraft on Chief, and we don't accept that. The only way witchcraft can work on you is if you believe in it. We don't believe no life in jail. We don't believe in no jails and no prisons. Because all is mental. So no, you wake up. You wake up to the fact that none of this is real. And the concept of jail is not real. Matter of fact, you believing in that concept shows that you're psychologically in prison. But I ain't even gonna keep going on you. I just want to let you know I'm only just here to be a mirror. You got a personal relationship? Yeah, so do I. I got a personal relationship with God too. The real God. The real God. God body peace reflection. Mamiana, what's good reflection? Peace to all the gods and the goddesses in the building, man. I know I ain't seen y'all and I ain't acknowledged y'all, but I want to let y'all know I acknowledge y'all, man. I'm just, you feel me? I'm passionate about standing for truth. I got a Mars and Libra. I got a Mars and Libra just like Chief. So that's how I approach life. That's how I fight. You feel me? I like to fight when shit is unjust. This is a whole unjust situation. You feel me? This is not equal situation. There's no equality in this situation. We being done wrong, nigga. The same shit. What's happening to Chief is happening to me. What's happening to me is happening to you. We all going through this shit. So I don't know why y'all not as zealous and as strong held on standing up for this, because this shit happening to you. Like, you got to think about it. The government that's maliciously prosecuting and persecuting Chief is governing you and your children. Now, what happened when you stand up and you wake up and you begin to try to tap into your own nature? They gonna do the same thing to you. They gonna do the same thing to you. Come on now. You feel me? But you feel me? I'm gonna open up the lines in the queue if y'all want to pull up in the queue. If y'all want to ask any questions, you feel me? I'm only answering questions about the knowledge. You feel me? No personal questions. If you do get up in the queue, man, please be respectful. You feel me? And yeah, man, let's get it.
For one, I think you're misguided. Your beliefs are.
Yo, what's good with you, reflecting?
I hope Nature Boy rots behind prison bars.
You see what I'm saying? We not entertaining no negativity. He don't understand that. He just said that to himself. He just said that to himself. Facts. He don't understand that though. So yeah, the queue open for y'all, man. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes. I'm gonna play some music. Y'all pull up.
You want to see me coming back from change like this. You want me in the
You feel me, Yana? Deflection is crazy. That's what I'm talking about. People unconscious. They unconscious of the fact that they're not separate from other people that they think that they're separate from. When he said that, he said that to himself. I am you. You are me. That's what Chief teaches us. That's what the Christ came here to enlighten you about, nigga. He came here to enlighten you that you was everything. So when you go and you move in confusion and you move in chaos, just how you came up and bent and was chaotic. Yeah, that's the devil. That's the devil. That shows that you unconscious. You in a darkness. He's projecting darkness. He's projecting darkness.
Gotta stay focused, reflection. Gotta stay focused, reflection. Gotta stay focused. I gotta stay focused.
Right. It's white supremacy, and I got compassion for these people because I know that they're me, and I know that I was once deaf, dumb, and blind. You feel me? So
I gotta stay focused.
I ain't tripping.
You gotta stay focused.
I'm just not gonna entertain it.
We gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused, my nigga. Mamas be crying.
GMO niggas be dying.
Gotta stay focused, keep vibing. Corona, not shit, it's no virus. I'm waking you up like a siren.
Wake up.
Hop on this way like Poseidon. Put under pressure, I'm diamond. The reason you sick, you the virus.
Facts, Yana. That's lower soul. That's lower soul. It's cool though. That energy won't be here. That energy won't be here. Oh, we got a caller. Let's be. Beezy, what's good, God?
What's up? What's up? We was just talking earlier, man. These
Hell
people
yeah.
don't see it.
They don't see
This is
it.
their chance. This is their chance now to get rid of Babylon and, like you said, get that money out their mind of being their God. It's time to give another man who's innocent freedom. All they need is the money. He's free regardless, but the money is showing them right now what they gonna give is what can free him. And hey, if they don't free him, he's gonna be free. And guess what? You're gonna be judged for it. It is what it is. But we're giving you opportunity now to break from the system. And first is breaking through from currency, from the money. That's the first thing everybody thinks about when they wake up, right? First they think about is, man, I got how much money I'm gonna make today. Man, I hope I hit the lottery, whatever it is. We got to give that. We see, like, honestly, if he get the money to get the righteous lawyer, he wouldn't even never been in. We seen what happened to Young Thug. We seen what happened.
But we do gotta understand though, Bees. We do gotta understand though. Chief not no Young Thug. He not no Rashad Jamal. Chief is Chief literally God. So when it comes to like the money and getting a lawyer, we utilize that as a tool, and we appreciate all of that coming in because everything coming in divine timing. But this shit gonna magically happen. Like Chief gonna magically get out of jail. All this shit, like it's all gonna happen magically. Mama set all of this up. You gotta remember, God, Chief is God. He set all of this up just to test humanity. We are all being tested. We all being tested. But people on this bitch trolling and mocking God. Y'all mocking God. I read a verse to y'all yesterday, Galatians 6 and 7. What happened when you mock God is that you gotta get that shit back. It's laws of the universe, cause and effect. People out here disrespecting Chief, mocking him, being ignorant, throwing shade. They got to get that energy back, and they going to get it back once Chief get out, and they have to face themselves and look at, oh, now look, what I did, the lie that I was holding on to, it didn't prevail. It failed because it was a lie. It crumbled, and now I have to be forced to look like a fraud. And that's what you're going to see happening, man. But cancer is as cancer. You feel me? Cancer is as cancer does. Hey, when cancer destroys the host, it destroys itself. They tried to destroy Chief, but you can't destroy God. They can only destroy themselves, and that's how they going out.
I'm just saying everybody got the opportunity
in general going out.
Everybody got the opportunity now, though. Because like you said, it's happening no matter what. But we got a chance to be part of it.
Absolutely.
To help. To make a difference.
Absolutely.
If we would have been there earlier, this would have never happened.
And this
I'm just saying, other people, all they have.
And this what it is. Like people have a chance to get knowledge and information that Chief has offered us to create a heaven for themselves. You feel me? Like this shit is more valuable than money because it's going to help you create a whole nother reality for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's why
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
that's why this time is so precious. It's like the gates or the portal is closing for you to be able to enter the kingdom.
Facts. That's all I wanted to say was hold on. That like you said, he's not Young Thug then, but like you said, his lawyer proved that the judge was biased. So they dropped his judge, got another judge, and he had enough money, you know what I mean, to fight everything that they had proof of. They was able to show because he had money to get people who actually cared, who wanted to help. That's all I'm saying is we have our part too. He's gonna be free regardless.
Absolutely.
But he's seeing who's gonna really be down. Who's gonna be
Absolutely.
really give up Babylon and help. Who's not scared. That's all I wanted to say right there. Is that this same Atlanta, Georgia place has done it to multiple people. Done the same thing that they did to him. They've done to others, but some of them might have had extra little help out there because they were Babylonian. You know what I mean? And they weren't confident. They weren't speaking about being God. They believed in Jesus, so they loved them because it was all about Jesus. You know, it's all about, that's still religion. The religion part is what they try to get him. They hated him because he was a man that knew who he was. I'm telling you, he knew he was God. They couldn't accept that. That's another reason why it was a witch hunt.
What they can't accept is the devil can't accept him losing control. You got to understand that the system that we live in is the devil. What runs this system? What runs this? The bank run the system. The bank has the money. The money rules this system. So the banks are running the financial systems. The Federal Reserve is running the system. They give the money to everybody. This system is ran off of money. So, damn, I lost my train of thought. Damn, I done lost my train of thought. But needless to say, man, like bro said, bro came up here. I appreciate your words too, BZ. That's facts though. But all of this shit magically about to happen. Like he gonna just pop out right before y'all. This year. We in 2025. This the year to 9. It's completion. The prophecy has been fulfilled. It is being fulfilled right now as we are talking. It's unraveling. It's unraveling. The prophecy is being unraveled. It's being fulfilled. Remember, Christ said, I didn't come to do away with your law. I came to fulfill it. Chief didn't come to do away with the law. He came to fulfill it because the powers that be not standing on the laws that they made. They not even honoring the codes that they standing on. But Chief, as a Christ, came to fulfill those laws. No, my nigga, I'm going to hold y'all accountable to these laws that y'all got in the Constitution. This what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all want to point the finger at Chief, but ain't nobody holding the Tyri ass accountable. Ain't nobody holding True accountable. Ain't nobody holding Solar accountable. Ain't nobody holding none of these trolls accountable for the negative narratives that they kept up and spread for this to happen. Remember, that blood, Chief got stabbed 9 times in jail, in isolation. That blood is on the hands of the people. Remember, the people sent Joshua to Pontius Pilate. The people sent their Christ. The people sent their own king to the enemy. The people sent the truth to the enemy. That's what we did. Melanated beings, we sent our truth to our enemy. How sick is that? How delusional is that? How confused do we have to be to send and deliver over our only grace and truth to our enemy who wants to keep us away from it? Stockholm Syndrome. And it's crazy. And on that note, I want to read this verse to y'all because like BZ said, this is the time. Like this shit really, like you can feel the energy. Like we're going through an end of a cycle of consciousness. We're about to become anew. We're going to spring up anew. New earth, new mind, new bodies, new beings, new ways, everything. Back in tune with life. So this is the time where God is going to come back with his angels. And the whole world will be judged. And remember, your deeds going through this situation and this scenario that God is going through, you've been being recorded by the universe, by the Akashic records. The internet has recorded you, my nigga. Whoever came, I'm recording this live right now. So Buddy came in here and said some stupid shit. That was the universe recording you through me. I'm you. You recorded yourself through me saying that dumb shit. And it's gonna have to replay in your subconscious when you go transition. Oh, this shit crazy. So you being recorded. And what you decide to do And how you decided to respond through the malicious prosecution of the dreamer, of our reality, of our source, you're going to be judged based on that. And you're going to judge yourself. Now watch this. In Matthew 25, 31 through 46, it says, the sheep and the goats. When the Son of the Mother comes in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king, the elegio bishop, our king, he will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed by my mother, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. What we be asking for y'all? Hey, support chief, he need food and water. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him. Now remember, the people in this system think that they the righteous ones, but they not. They demons. They work for the devil. They're spawns of the evil one, but they think and consider themselves the righteous. So it says, then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king, God will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Then he will say to those on his left, the so-called righteous, depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, you did not invite me in. I needed clothes and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison and you did not look after me. They also will answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or needing clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you? He will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. Then they will go away to eternal punishment, but the righteous to eternal life. So we're going to be separated. Those that stood on truth and righteousness that can hear God, the chosen, the elegios, yeah, we're going to be separated from the bad sheep. That's why he said we came to collect, with our message, we came to collect the elite and convict the weak. The weak are the sheep, the goats. That's who the weak are. The sheep, the goats. I keep saying sheep, the goats. The sheep are the meek. The sheep are the ones that's going to be separated on the right. That's going to be able to enter the kingdom that God has prepared inheritance for their diligence and for their loyalty. Ding, ding. And the ones on the left, the so-called righteous, the ones that wanted to play the victim when faced with their debilitations. Yeah, the carbonation, the old carbonation, coward nation, those that wanted to play the victim and was really cowards to face them own selves, to face their own astrological program and pick up their yeah, they're going to be separated on the left and they're going to be thrown and casted into the eternal hellfire for their punishment. You feel me? So wake up, y'all. This the wake up call, man. We unconscious. It's time to wake up. We in Aquarius time, man. The Elegio Bishop is God. He is the avatar of our dream, of our reality. 3 is free. 3 is free. The judge had COVID-19 violation. The judge hasn't released the transcripts in over a year since the conviction. Violation. He wasn't able to be present in the courtroom without his physical health being harmed. Violation. Right to due process violated. Defamation of character. Another violation. Oh yeah. 3 on the way home. You feel me? So I love myself, man. Reflect the life of my higher self, man. Peace to the gods.